Turning Point USA is a evil company. I have never seen a leftist organization come to campus spreading their propagandas.
Well, because the whole university is a leftist organization
No, it's
spreading.
not.
If I see a black pilot, I'm going to hope that he's qualified.
Wow.
It's actually not about culture where they came from, is it?
I'm shocked. There is a reason why most professors are Democrats. They're much more educated and they're thinking that...
Welcome back to Rattlesnake TV, guys. In this video, we're going to be watching Charlie Kirk debating some pretty naive college students who really don't have an idea what they're saying and very much exist within the tofu bubble tea type echo chamber. And just the lack of critical thinking that is on display in this video is actually breathtaking. And if Charlie Kirk's idea is to show that college is a scam, then he is doing a remarkable job. So on to the first bit now, where Charlie gets called out on his secret agenda.
You create a company that's like close to being a fascist, and then
Well, how am I?
Sorry.
Let's go through this. How am I a fascist?
No. Dude, like you...
Can you name one thing I believe that's fascist?
You believe that, like, you on... Oh, shit.
Don't boo him. Let him think.
But
I'm such a bad fascist. I let the people who disagree in open mic to talk to me for 2 hours uninterrupted. I'm an awful fascist. I'm more like a free speech liberal of the 1970s, not a fascist.
But I just want to say Turning Point USA is a evil company that was funded by thousands of fracking companies, and that just...
No, it's not thousands, but we do have some frackers that give us money. But
yeah, and then all it is making the rich more rich.
Fascism to fracking.
That's all it is. That's all it is.
Okay, again, I'm happy to have a debate. I can see you're getting kind of fired up.
I'm sorry.
So, but why are we evil? Like, we're having a nice discussion.
Because
all of a sudden you're calling me like a fascist.
Because it seems like you just want the rich get even more rich. Like,
we haven't talked about the rich at all. I mean, so you don't even know my positions on this stuff at all. And by the way, just so we're clear, the wealthiest counties in the country all vote for Democrats. You know that, right? 8 out of 10 of the wealthiest counties in the country vote for Democrats. The wealthiest people, absent Elon Musk, are all on the left. Jeff Bezos, George Soros, Mark Benioff, Mark Zuckerberg, Laurene Powell Jobs. On the left, yes. The richer you are, the more likely you are to be a Democrat and on the left.
Explain that to me, please.
The numbers speak for itself. The Democrats are the party of the oligarchy. Can you name one tech CEO outside of Elon Musk that is a conservative?
I personally think... Let me think. Peter Thiel?
Yeah, that's one. That's one. Larry Page, Google, on the left, worth $120 billion. Sergey Brin, Google, $130 billion on the left. Laurene Powell Jobs, Mackenzie Bezos, Jeff Bezos.
If they're on the left, what has they done that was like, quote unquote, to do the left stuff?
Stop it. Get some help.
Well, okay, so Larry Page gives money to left-wing NGOs all the time.
Like, if you're on the left, I don't think you will ever be this rich.
Well, they are. You know why? Because the left
because they're not.
No,
because they're not.
The left is a scam. The left uses
How is this?
Let me tell you why. It's a good question, actually. The left uses people like you that think that, oh, we're going to fight the rich. Well, they protect their oligarchy. While you guys have to keep on working hard and never own anything, when we conservatives are the ones that actually want to restore the American middle class and bring jobs back to this country.
How would you restore?
Let me finish. Let me finish. The left uses people like you every day, and they use people on you by the trans thing, the abortion thing. Keep voting for us because the fascists are going to take your rights away. When who's funding the left? The richest people. George Soros. Do you know who George Soros is?
Who is funding? Dude, I have never seen a leftist organization come to campus spreading their propagandas.
Well, because the whole university is a leftist organization spreading propaganda.
It's liberal. There is a clear-cut difference between a leftist and a liberal. Please make that
You're coming
right.
after this in a good way because I'll just say Democrat politics, okay?
Okay.
Almost every major, powerful, wealthy person in the country, over $100 billion in net worth, with the exception of one person, Elon Musk, is on the cultural left and gives money to the left. Mark Zuckerberg gave $400 million in the 2020 election to help get Joe Biden reelected through the Center for Technology and Civic Life. Mackenzie Bezos.
That helps his case, obviously. He would donate money to his...
Oh, okay, but hold on. One second. Mackenzie Bezos with $45 billion, major Biden backer. Laurene Powell Jobs worth $20 billion. Steve Jobs' widow, one of the most radical left-wingers in the Emerson Collective. Mark Benioff from Salesforce, worth $12 billion. One of the most radical left-wing guys that you'll see out there. The eBay guy, Omador, one radical left-wing. It's so important for you on the left. You guys are being scammed and gamed, because they talk a good game about building the middle class, but it is not the party of democracy, it's the party of oligarchy. And you can go fact check me tonight.
Quick reminder just to like the video if you haven't already, guys, and also subscribe to the channel if you're getting value from these videos. Back to it.
Okay. And you might actually have cognitive dissonance. Type in this: wealthiest counties in the country. They almost all vote for Joe Biden. Who gives the most political donations to the left? All the wealthy people. Go look up the top billionaires on the Forbes list, the top 100. Only about 10 of them give the Republican, the other 80 give the Democrat, the other 10 don't give at all. It is mind-blowing when you realize the shift in power the last 10 years. Republicans used to be the party of the rich. You know what changed? We nominated a class traitor as our nominee, Donald Trump. As soon as Donald Trump became our nominee, all the billionaires said, we don't want him anymore. He talks about things we don't like. He wants to end the wars, close the border, bring jobs back to this country. We want to keep on supporting a political party that doesn't want any of that stuff. Explain to me how Joe Biden represents the working class in this country. He doesn't.
He very much supports the unions.
It's a oh, hold on a second. The union or the union bosses? Big difference. The union bosses supporting the rank and file love Trump. The UAW loved Trump more than Biden. The carpenters union loved Trump more than Biden. The police union. The point is this, is that the Democrat Party, they are sitting on a house of cards of young activists that truly want to go like crush the rich. And there is some truth to that. Like, there's a very rich oligarchy in this country that remains rich and stays rich off of gaming government systems and public policy. And you guys give them a free pass because you think that we're fascists, when in reality, we're the ones that are actually fighting to destroy the oligarchy the most.
My favorite part about this exchange is when he says, I've never seen a leftist come to this campus and spread their propaganda. Really? Never? Never once? You can't walk around the campus and maybe poke your head in some classrooms and see some teachers who maybe lean slightly left on the political spectrum, spreading some ideas that wouldn't necessarily be considered conservative?
You create a company that's like close to being a fascist.
My second favorite part was his super angry cousin that was standing behind him looking straight up disgruntled by the entire situation. And my third favorite part was the fact that he's wearing pearls on his neck as a man. Actually, no, that's definitely my least favorite part. I've seen this trend emerge over the last few years since Harry Styles.
Does this look fire? Should you go in your grandma's jewelry chest and take her pearls and rock them like this?
And it really does make me want to lock myself in a dark, soundproof room and scream. But back to the point. Why would little buddy do this? You're a fascist. You want the rich to get richer. Nobody on the left could be rich. Are you super duper sure there aren't people who lean left, maybe just spreading a little bit of propaganda on the campus? I mean, show me a better example of brainwashing. I will wait. And now on to the next bit about immigration and race. And this kid is so shockingly naive that Charlie Kirk definitely handles him with kid gloves when there are a few chances here for major slam dunks.
How does free market support the middle class?
Again, I'm not puritanical, but I think that generally more choices are a good thing. I think that generally supporting entrepreneurs is positive, but I think that mass immigration is really bad for American workers.
There's no mass immigration.
Well, first of all, how many people are... Wow. Well, you're right. There is mass invasion, but how many people are coming across the southern border every day?
I don't know, but like...
No, I'm actually genuinely curious. Can you guess?
Okay. On what time frame?
Every day.
Every day? 500?
Yeah, it's at its low point, it's at 10,000 right now. It was 15,000 last month. So what is that annualized? Let's play that out.
A lot.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
So that's mass immigration, right? How many green cards do we give out every year?
Oh, probably a lot.
Yeah, a lot. About 1.2 million,
well,
right?
What's wrong with giving out green cards?
I'm not saying anything wrong. No, you said there's no mass migration. So I'm just trying to tell you, we do have mass migration, right? We have 3 million on the southern border, and then we have 1 million green cards, right? That's 4 million a year. Right, which is basically bigger than most U.S. states. Now, everything comes with a cost. When you have mass migration, you're going to get lower wages. but that means you're going to disenfranchise American workers. What, are you studying computer science?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, so you're an American born, I'm guessing, American raised? I don't want to assume.
I wasn't, but
okay.
I moved to the U.S.
Okay, well, you're an American now, I guess. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah,
or you're
I
on a
am.
Student visa? Okay, you're going to now have to compete. You're kind of proving my point, but that's a separate issue. You're now going to have to compete against foreign labor for your computer science jobs. I think we have a moral obligation to American-born workers to give them preference and priority and restrict the labor supply so that our computer science majors can have higher wages, not to have suppressed wages so some tech CEO can bring in a bunch of Indians and suppress their, no, nothing against Indians, but just, bring down their wages.
And you made a claim about you do not feel safe about being in an airplane that's
I never said that. I'll tell you what I said.
Black.
Yeah, I said if I see a black pilot, I'm going to hope that he's qualified.
Wow.
Yeah, but why do you think I said that?
Well, you probably think that,
Do you think I'm a racist?
I mean, like,
But what could possibly possess me to say something like that?
like you said something like you don't trust some.
Yeah, so let me tell you why I said that. United Airlines said that half their new pilots they're going to hire are people of color or women. What happened? Do you know that? That half of all their new pilots, currently it's 14%, they're going to go up to 50%. Every time affirmative action is employed, standards go down. So therefore, what affirmative action does, so for example, the Harvard case, the Department of Justice case, every single time we see affirmative action, standards go down. And if you put a prioritization on race and a de-emphasis on competency, which is what United Airlines is doing.
Uh-huh.
So therefore I say, and then I go on in the video say that's not who I am, that's not how I like to think, but affirmative action makes you think that way.
Okay, well, let's...
Does that make a little more sense?
Yeah, but
okay.
Here's the thing about affirmative action. I personally think affirmative action is great for literally in any way possible. Let's just step aside the race thing. Like, I think if I'm in like a learning community where it's all about learning, and I think diversity would help the critical thinking, and it's like actually proven by statistics.
Hold on, so do you mean racial diversity or ideological diversity?
Honestly, both. Because
okay, but why does somebody's melanin content matter?
That is some question that has nothing. Because like
but you just said racial diversity makes learning more interesting. Why does somebody's melanin content matter at all?
Dude, it's more about like where they came from. Okay, if they have more melanin in their skin, they're probably more likely to came from a black family, right?
But if they came, so it's about culture more.
Yeah, it's about culture more. How about that?
Okay, so then, but why is then the hiring quota is not on culture? Why is it about race?
They're related, obviously.
Oh, they are? So, for example, there's more blacks that have come voluntarily than from slavery in this country. So what, from the Caribbean islands and from West Africa. So it's actually not about culture where they came from, is it?
I'm shocked.
What are you shocked about?
That you said they were voluntary came to the
yes,
U.S.
No, since you know that more blacks in this country have voluntarily emigrated in the last 30 years than that came via slavery. That is a fact.
Oh my God.
What is
I'm just a bit stunned.
Do numbers bother you or something?
No,
you do know that there are blacks in this country that voluntarily have come here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and there's more of those that came than via slavery.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
And then, so how does that relate to the?
What does the skin color tell you? If LeBron James's kid is in class with you, what does that tell you about him?
LeBron. I don't know what
exactly.
Like,
so
like he brings out
that he's a son of a rich basketball player. Like
no, okay. He brings out like okay, what is it? He can bring out opinions about like oh, how does it feel to be raised in a black family?
What's it like being raised by a billionaire? Yeah,
that is different.
That's the point. Is that every individual is different. I don't want to go towards a tribal based of trying to get people into institutions.
Because I wanted to go to a college campus where it's very diverse.
Oh, okay, and so that's actually we have clarity but not agreement.
Okay.
You would rather have a diverse college campus.
Uh-huh.
I would rather have an excellent college campus.
I personally
you can't have both.
I personally think that
you have to
the
choose.
most diverse campus would be the most excellent.
No, it might be the most fun or the most interesting, but there's no example where you put
like
race. No, can you give me an example where race is prioritized and excellence is achieved?
There's not.
Yeah, it doesn't exist, right? So
because
as Harvard, and that's fine. We have clarity. I'm not even making you feeling bad. You just have to be clear what you want. I think that we should try to be the best in all that we do, regardless of what skin color achieves. If that means 100 Asians are going to be in every Harvard math class, so be it. If that, the essence should be a prioritization on competency and merit, not on just everyone, oh, we have a beautiful, everyone looks different but thinks the same. And that's what college has become, where everyone looks different but they think the same.
They do
and we call
not
it diversity.
think the same.
Well,
and we call that diversity.
Well, I'm sorry? Largely on college campuses, they are rather ideologically homogenous.
No,
they're
not. People came from different countries. People come from
okay, but
different
let's just
backgrounds.
Look at this college. I don't want to speak for, but the vast majority of American colleges, over 90% of professors are registered Democrats. Do you guys think that's rather true at this university? Yeah. Okay. That's not ideological diversity if 90% of your professors are registered Democrats.
Well, there is a reason why most professors are like Democrats, because they're much more educated and they're thinking that.
So
yeah, well.
So
how about you explain to me why aren't
because they're in an ideological bubble.
No. Why aren't professors Republicans?
Well, because
why aren't majority professors?
Because we Republicans are too busy building the businesses to pay the taxes to fund this place. That's why.
That is. And yeah, you made a.
We don't have time to go talk about North African lesbian poetry all day long.
I never talk about that.
Well, I'm just saying, if you go look at what half the people at these universities are publishing, it's complete rubbish, it's complete trash. We as conservatives want to get out of college as quickly as possible into the real world to create value and build a family. And it's not an accusation, it's just that liberals gravitate to the comfort and the ideological homogeneity that the university presents.
North African lesbian poetry. That is a good one, a new one, and one that I'm stealing. But I mean, this video is the ultimate embodiment of the meme of liberal gets triggered by facts and logic. My man literally got triggered by facts, and he even kind of accepted that what Charlie Kirk was saying was factual, but he was still mad about it. But what does that tell you? It tells me that they're being programmed to not look for the truth and to not even appreciate truth. They're being programmed to see everything through the lens of race, gender, and social justice. And now on to the last part, where I do think the student comes in with good faith, but the question that he asks and the rhetoric that he uses just goes to show how divorced from reality these people are, and how the social justice warrior mindset is omnipotent on these college campuses, to the point where any view that is mildly conservative is considered extreme.
I was speaking with some people who are kind of against you coming here today, and they say that you come here, you're media trained, you've memorized all these talking points, and I just kind of wanted to question, like, are you truthfully like here to try to change people's minds, or is there kind of a benefit to keeping people divided? Like, I guess what I'm trying to ask is, do you think it's better for the country to be divided ideologically, or is it like preventing a more progressive debate?
Well, I guess, how am I dividing people if I ask you if you disagree, you come to the mic? How is that divisive?
Well, no, I'm just saying it's like you have these like clickbaity titles. It says like prove me wrong. Do you try to, like, your critics are saying that you're trying to keep people divided. They're urging people not to come talk to you because you're going to spin it. What would you like to say to like your critics?
They're welcome to come to the microphone and say whatever they want to me, but they're intellectual cowards and they won't do that.
Yeah.
You know how we heal our divides? By talking to people we disagree with.
I would agree with that.
We will get closer to a civil war if we act like that. We just yell at people we don't like. You dress with, I guess I'm all black, but, with masks on and just with stupid epitaphs. Okay, like that's how you get closer to dividing the country. You heal the country when you allow disagreement and you allow a microphone with people that have differing views.
But I think when you come out and you say like civil war and you use these like fear-mongering words, I feel like you're definitely trying to like get people like riled up, and that helps.
I mean, it's 100% factual. We're close to a civil war in this country, and I don't want that to happen. And people that act like that are going to further radicalize both sides, and you de-radicalize a population through speech.
I would say that conversation and media and like spreading the word definitely like that's like how you bridge the gap. But like when you're talking about the immigration debate, you said if you were here illegally, then you should get deported. I feel like that is stopping.
That's a very moderate view, by the way.
I feel like that's stopping like a more progressive debate on how we could help solve the immigration crisis. And
You solve it by deporting the criminals, aka every single one that broke our laws to come here. That's a very moderate position.
But I'm just saying, like, there's like ideas out there that America's this free land, and if you come here, you make it rich. Like, there's a false narrative that's like going out, that's like causing people to come here illegally, and like they try to cross the Rio Grande, and they unfortunately, like, a lot of times, like, if Border Patrol can't save them, then it stops them. So I think there's a more progressive conversation.
I'm sure there's a more progressive way to look at it. Yeah.
No, but
I'm not here to be progressive.
okay.
So once again, guys, the woke activist incubator showing us what it does best and showing us that, for the most part, colleges in the Western world have become a complete joke, and they are the place that you go to do the opposite of becoming a worldly adult who is ready to enter the marketplace. So, guys, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and also, if you want to check my links, they're all down below, and if you'd like to watch another one, right here. Till next time, I'm Jake. This is RattlesnakeTV, keeping you armed and dangerous.